Hello and welcome to Sunday's show where we connect to God, who is here waiting to talk, and to many of the saints, people from the Bible era, Jesus as well, Mother Mary, lots of people, and the angelic realm as well. So if you wish to sort of be adept or know about what they're coming through and what they're saying, and some incredibly I'm getting my words muddled up, sorry. Incredible revelations that they are coming through with. And so if you are interested in hearing any of it, don't forget to subscribe so that you can always be up to date with what's going on from a heavenly point of view. Anyway, so let's go to God without further ado and see what he has to say. He's got a big smile on his face, and he's finding me amusing the way I tripped up on my words, and it amused him. Anyway, back to God. He's saying to me that when he's planning his videos, he is always looking to find something interesting to talk about, and he considers very carefully his words. And he says that he would be he has had to practice doing these video work with Gail, and he says that he wouldn't want to trip up on his words or make a mistake, because he wants to get everything correct. He wants everything to be just so, and he's very keen to have everything just as he wants it said. And he wants to thank me for always being willing to do this work for him. And but he's still smiling. So anyway, he's saying today he has been given today a lot of thought, and he feels that this is a very, very important conversation that he needs to have with man, and he feels that this is a conversation that may cause some upset, and it may cause some emotional hurt, I think is the word he's saying. And he says nevertheless, he has decided that in this era, this new era of transparency and truth, he has chosen to come through and give his words with regards to this topic that he is talking about. And he's saying to me that he has pondered over this decision for some time, because this is a difficult decision to make. And the decision that he's talking about is he would like to talk about the time when Jesus was crucified, and he wants to talk about the truth of what happened with regards to his world. And he wants people to understand that although Jesus was crucified, and many people believe that it was him that wanted this to happen, he wants it to make it very, very, very clear this was not his doing. He did not want Jesus to be crucified. This was not his decision. He also is saying to me that when Jesus came over to his world, he was so distraught and emotional with what had just happened, and so upset that one of his beautiful souls that had been hurt in a way that he feels was so terrible. And he is saying to me that he wanted to ask Jesus to come back and continue with his life, and that he would create that situation. And there was long conversations with God and Jesus, And Jesus said, I can't do any more. I have done all that I can. I have spoken to man all about what is needed to be done. I cannot do any more. And God is saying that he was left with this conundrum. And this conundrum was a difficult thing to think through, because what he decided that whilst Jesus had to come back, he had to help God in finding a replacement, finding somebody that could continue on with his work that needed to be done, and to help people understand that he is in fact eternally living. And so he used the situation that he found himself in to create this reincarnation of Jesus, to show people that he still existed. And he was able to do this not once, not twice, but 3 times he did this, where he showed to people how he is still living and is still part of the 2 worlds. Now, when he speaks to Jesus and he speaks of this time, Jesus always has a bit of a smile on his face, because Jesus has repeatedly said to God that he wishes that he had gone back, and has regrets for not continuing on in that life. And God feels that he always says to Jesus that he doesn't blame him at all. He doesn't feel that he should have regrets, and he understands perfectly well why he couldn't possibly go back. And God is saying to me that although Jesus has regrets, he knows that ultimately the role of the apostles that went out into the world, that showed to many people the truths of what they had seen, what they had witnessed, was incredible. And he says that without these apostles, we wouldn't have got the word out to as many people as we did. And he says now when we look at the world, so many people, all of us have heard of Jesus and his words and his work. And so for Jesus to have regrets, he says that he doesn't want him to have regrets. He wants to show him how proud he is of him and how grateful he is to him for everything that he has done. And he says now we are putting our hopes in Gail, and we are hoping that Gail will take up the baton and show to people many of the words from my world, and show people many of the ways of what I feel should be done, and help people in understanding some of the truths that I wish to impart today. I thank you all for listening, and I want to make a promise to you that it is my greatest wish that whatever happens moving forward in the future, I will always come forward and show to people the truth. I will always come with the transparency and give people the understanding of what is happening and where we are and who we are and what is going to happen in the future. My love for mankind is enormous, and I will never ever let man down, ever. And he thanks you for all listening. And so if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell, or indeed follow on Instagram. But before I go, I just want to say that's quite interesting what he said about Jesus, and it just goes to show the emotions of the time and the feelings that were high, and I think when you're too close to those emotions and feelings, it's easier to say I'm going to back away, but when time subsides you forget, and I can see why Jesus may have regrets, but I completely understand why he wouldn't want to come back. I really do. I don't blame him at all. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and see you on Thursday. Okay, goodbye.